Hey dudes, what's going on? Inception here and welcome to another video today. Today is going to be my updated tactics, instructions, and pretty much everything that I use for my squad, what I'm currently using, and what basically works for me. So, this is the team that I'm currently using. This is all from a Road to Glory. This is from a team that I basically got through playing foot champs. I don't do any squad battles and I don't really trade. But I have recently been doing the bronze pack method, which hasn't really been profitable just yet because I haven't really gotten to the point of waiting until Tuesday yet. So we're gonna see what that does for us. But for the current squad, this is how it lines up. Now, this is obviously not the formation that I usually play with. The formations that I like to play with in this game that are the top two, at least for me, are the 4-2-2 and the 4-2-3-1. So I'm going to show you guys how I actually line up in game. It looks like this, right? So this is how I line up. We got Laurent Blanc as a CDM, basically with the medium high work rates, which is like really important there. But I'm going to basically show you guys what type of instructions I use and what type of tactics I currently have for the team and why I use those tactics. So basically, with the instructions for the fullbacks, I have them on stay back while attacking. Now, this is very situational, right? Because this formation is very narrow-based, that to the point where if you feel like you need a little bit of width because you're not doing anything in the middle, try to put your fullbacks on balanced attacking. So basically like this. What that'll do is that it'll create a little bit of width for your players to push up and be able to attack those sides, to be able to do a driven pass inside the 18-yard box or even shoot it across goal, right? Sometimes what I did, I played a game recently where in the first half, I couldn't attack against the guy because, he was using park the bus and counterattack. So everything in the middle of the pitch, I couldn't attack. But what I did was I put Valencia and Alaba to be on always overlapping, which is this one over here. And it basically made them get in behind the goal in order for them to score decent goals. Alaba scored one, Valencia scored another one. So sometimes doing that actually helps for your width. So, but the beginning of the game, I do put stay back while attacking because if you come up against a good player that can exploit those sides, you don't want your players to be attacking or out of position. So I usually put them on stay back while attacking in the beginning, and then I usually switch depending on how the game is going. Laurent Blanc is honestly a beautiful CDM. He's not Patrick Vieira levels because Laurent Blanc currently has 79 defense and 78 physical. If it was Patrick Vieira, his defensive and physical capabilities would be way better, but putting a shadow card on Blanc definitely helps him be a very, very good defensive presence. A big guy, 6'3", with 78 physical and plus defending with plus pace because of the shadow card makes him a very viable card. He's a lot of fun to use. He's been very good for my team so far, so I do enjoy using him. On the sides, we have Herrera and Pogba. Now, the type of players that you want to have on the sides are either high work rates, high medium work rates, but actually have a good attacking and defensive presence. You want to have a player that can attack and defend at the same time. You don't want to have a player that can only defend but not attack, because these guys do push up eventually. They're going to have to take your long shots. I'm actually going to switch this here because Pogba plays on the right side instead of the left side. You want your players to be able to attack and defend properly. The reason why I have shadows on them is because when they're in the middle of the pitch, I want them to be very good players defensively. Attacking wise, I put my instructions for the center mids to stay back while attacking and stay on the edge of the box. The reason why I do that is because I would rather not have my center mids push inside, but work rates will suggest otherwise, and sometimes they'll still attack the box when they feel like it's ready for them to do it. So stay on the edge of the box and stay back while attacking seems to be working out really well for me. Another reason why that works out really well is because if you have your fullbacks to be on balanced attacking or always overlapping, sometimes what happens is if you lay it off to your midfielders, they can lay off a pass to the fullbacks, making the run in behind while these guys are just chilling up top, right? So it works out really well. So again, man mark and stay back while attacking for the CDM. I can't really tell the difference between passing lane and man mark, but man mark seems to be working out for me, so we just keep it on man mark for now. And again, the center mids are on stay back while attacking, stay on the edge of the box. The cam, everybody uses stay forward. I don't use stay forward. If anything, sometimes I want my cam to come back on defense, but for the most part, I just leave it as is on balance, but sometimes I do put it on come back on defense, depending on what I need in the team, right? So Dembele is pretty good. You're going to want someone that has the pace, the shooting, the passing, and the dribbling aspect in order for them to, basically get in behind goals. So Dembele does a pretty good job of that. I used to have Willian before. Willian's really good, but Dembele is just so much quicker on the ball, so I do like him a lot more. Putting Laurent Blanc in the team definitely helps with Dembele's chemistry as well, so it definitely works in that aspect too. The two strikers are Neymar and Gabriel Jesus. Neymar is very good in this game because he has a 5-star trait about him that actually works out really nicely. He's very fast on the ball, very fluid to play with, so he's a joy to play with in this game. Gabriel Jesus, the same thing. High work rates are not too bad to have. He actually does come back on defense occasionally, depending on what his instructions are, but the instructions that I have on the strikers are false 9. People get really interested by that, and the reason being is because everybody uses press the back line and get in behind for their strikers. But I've noticed that false 9 helps my style of play more because I like to pass the ball a lot, and I like to create the space by passing the ball. If I have my players to press the back line and get in behind, again, depending on the situation, sometimes you want your players to do that, but in the beginning of the game, I like to use false 9. False 9 basically allows them to play like midfielders, but they also play like attackers. Their work rates will suggest them to run inside the box, but they still play like midfielders in a way as forwards. It's very hard to explain, but they don't run away from me. They come close to me. Another thing that contradicts that is the custom tactics. So I'll explain the custom tactics and why I use certain things. I put speed on 60 and passing on 40 because I want the passing to be closer so I can build up those really good passing plays. I want the speed to be 60 because I feel like 60 is a good balance of players making runs quickly, but not too quickly. I feel like 70 and 80 are just way too high for me because I don't want my players running away from me really quickly. It's just my style of play. I prefer not to have it, right? With passing, I have it on 40. Again, I want players to come shorter to me because it's my style of play. I do like doing that. Crossing on 30 because, as you guys know, I barely ever cross the ball. There's actually a weekly challenge right now for the Cancer shirt, and it's been on for the full week. And you guys know I stream a lot of times, right? I only scored 2 headers, and that's only me doing it for the kit, and I've still yet to complete it because I don't cross the ball. So I put it on 30 because you still want a little bit of width in your team. So you don't want to put it on like 10, right? Because then it's basically only narrow. But if you put it on 30, there's a little bit of width in the team. Again, when your Neymar and your Gabriel Jesus play as a false 9, they'll sometimes make those runs on the sides as well. So 30 seems to be a really good balance for me. I put my shooting on 50 because more shots taken basically means that more long shots are taken. If I have my shooting on 55 and I have my midfielders to stay back while attacking and stay on the edge of the box, it basically means that they don't run inside the box. I don't care about my center mids running inside the box, but they will still do it sometimes. Like my Pogba still makes those attacking runs because his work rates contradicts the tactics that I'm using. I use organized as well because freeform just doesn't work for me. People counterattack against it easily, and I'm not a fan of that, right? So I like to have my midfielders at least staying back, so if someone wants to go on the counterattack against me, I have those players to be there. They're not always there because, again, sometimes they still run inside the box, but sometimes you have to be really careful with a team. Defensive pressure, I don't really know what I like so far. This one I always change, right? Because I don't know what I like. I don't know if I want the pressure to be higher. Sometimes when you're playing against certain people, putting pressure higher is actually more ideal because if you notice that they're going for long shots, if you put more pressure on them, then they can't take those long shots and they don't actually know how to create a play. So it's good to put your pressure a little bit higher sometimes too. 46 is pretty decent because you have the team width, but you also play a little bit narrow because, like, you know, those through ball Y passes are always a killer, right? So you always want to be careful with those, right? So yeah, these are the tactics that I use right now. Again, this can change after a while, but if you guys want to try it out, this style of play is for the passive person, but like it's a very quick attacking play, right? It's a quick attacking play, but it's a passive type of play. Like I want my players to be close, but I also want them to make runs. So this is the team that I currently use. This is the quote-unquote meta squad. I haven't played FUT Champs with it yet. It's going to be interesting to see how they do in FUT Champs. Hopefully we can get some upgrades here and there, but for the most part, these are the type of players that you're going to want in the team. These guys play really well for me, and you know, hopefully if these instructions and tactics help out for you, then it'll be good for you guys to use a 4-1-2 and 2 as well. If I want to switch formations, I can also do this. So I can switch the formation, which is over here, to a 4-2-3-1, just in case I need that width. Not this one, the other one, this one. So just in case I need the width, I would basically put Gabriel Jesus as a striker, Neymar as a left cam, Herrera down here with Laurent Blanc, Dembele on the left, Neymar on the right, and then Pogba in the middle. So if you want a little bit of width, but you want to have the 2 CDMs, you can also use the 4-2-3-1 with these players because it actually works out. Left-footed with Dembele, 5-star, 5-star. I think he's 5-star, 5-star. He's 5-star, 5-star. Right-footed with Neymar, 5-star, 5-star. Then Gabriel Jesus is a very good striker. Then Pogba, he'll bang in those long shots for you. So This is also another formation I would definitely use as well. If you guys are wondering about the instructions, same thing, you know, stay back while attacking for the fullbacks. CDMs will be man mark and stay back while attacking. Cams I wouldn't touch at all, and the striker would be on false 9 as well. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's the team that I use, that's the tactics that I use, and that's the instructions that I use for the squad. But other than that, guys, thank you guys so much for watching the video today. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you guys did, please drop a thumbs up on it, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.